well, I just love Spider-Man. What's happening, fam? Welcome back to Bill's Buzz. Today we're going to talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. Obviously, No Way Home coming out Thursday. Can't wait. Thinking about getting to a midnight screening. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get there. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Far From Home. Let's go. So, Far From Home obviously starts Tom Holland, Zendaya, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury's back in this one. We got Maria Hill in there, Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, and the main man himself, JB Smoove as Julius Dell, the teacher. He steals the movie. He is the funniest guy in this movie. Or is he? Maybe not the funniest, but he is hilarious. Right, I'm going to start off with the chemistry between Tom Holland and Zendaya in this movie is palpable. There's a reason that these guys are dating now in real life, because they just work together. The awkwardness between them is just works great for this movie, and it sort of sums up the essence of what Peter Parker is. He's an awkward, nerdy kid, and it just works in this movie. Those two are phenomenal together. And I think this movie as well, it sums up the real high school vibe of what Peter Parker is in this movie. You've got so many little relationship dramas going on in this film. You got Happy and Aunt May, which is my personal favorite relationship in this movie. I want them to happen. I think Aunt May is very disrespectful at the end of this movie when she basically palms him off and says, "Oh, it was just a fling. A fling? Marry Happy. Marry him." And then you've also obviously got the little relationship with Betty and Ned. And this relationship, I want to say that it works, but it's pretty annoying. It's the typical, "Oh, hey babe, oh babe, come here, babe. Shut up, fam." Now, let's talk about Mysterio. Now, actually, first, spoiler warning. I'm going to talk spoilers. This movie's been out for nearly 3 years now, okay? 2.5 years, okay? We can talk spoilers without any issues, okay? So, spoiler warning. You've been warned. Now, Nick Fury in this movie. Even watching it again last night, I forgot the final end credits scene where it gets revealed that Nick Fury is a Skrull. And I was thinking throughout the whole movie, how does Nick Fury let this happen? It's lucky that they showed that Nick Fury is a Skrull, because otherwise everyone would have thought the same thing. How is Nick Fury this dumb to not know who Mysterio is? But the fact that they needed to have a Skrull to explain that, to allow this whole plot to happen, is a bit of an issue, I think, with this movie, because it's obvious that, Mysterio is a dodgy dude. Who would buy that bullshit story that he's from another Earth when he's the only one here with some elementals? It's a bit of a flimsy storyline that, no one wouldn't just run this guy's facial ID, wouldn't realize that he used to work at Stark Industries. No one thought to do that. No one. Come on, fam. But in saying that, Mysterio is a fun villain. It's more fun than when he gets revealed and he goes into that sort of maniacal dick bag once he's been revealed that he is a villain. Before that, he's sort of this. He's got some suave to him, mate. He's got some suave to him. So I can appreciate that. Now, let's talk about the best sequence in this film. The best sequence, hands down, bar none, is when Spider-Man is tracking down Mysterio, and Mysterio gets him in this abandoned warehouse, and he has all the illusions going, and Spider-Man is there just getting battered left and right. He gets hit by the train at the end. That sequence is great tension and shows that Spider-Man is just a kid in this movie. He's not a seasoned Avenger. He's not Iron Man. He's not Captain America. He's not Thor. He's Spider-Man. He's a neighborhood kid. He's 16 years old in this movie. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just fumbling his way through. And I love that. I love that about him in this movie. It's great. It just creates that real heart to him, and it makes him human, He's not invincible, and we know that from this thing, and it creates stakes in the film for later on, when all his friends are getting attacked. It creates stakes, it creates danger, which is what Marvel movies are lacking now, I feel like, with Eternals and Shang-Chi. You don't feel like these guys are ever in danger, but in this movie, Spider-Man is in danger, he gets battered in this movie. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And let's talk quickly. After he's been battered and he gets, Happy comes and picks him up on the plane, as he's creating his new suit in that thing, and he's doing all the hologram shit and he's flying through, and it's exactly like what Tony Stark does in the original Iron Man. It makes you, get a little bit emotional thinking about the good old days. And it's what the MCU can do now. They've got 10 plus years, coming up on 14 years of stories, characters, layering the audience has got to know these people. And when you see this, it's like seeing a brother or like your own child really grow and like mature into what Tony thought that he could be. Which, that scene where he's just creating his suit, you're like, yes, this is the future of the MCU right here. We're watching it right now, and this is how they're going to continue to build in the future with these great characters. So with Spider-Man in Europe in this film, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's tough to say, because just having Spider-Man in Europe, going sightseeing, you know, we go to Venice, we go to Prague, we don't get to go to Paris, and then finishing up in London. It's, you know, fun, it's great, you can have lots of set pieces there, but that final 2 minutes of the film, when he gets back to New York and he is just swinging through the city, he's texting MJ, he's nearly getting hit by buses, he's nearly hitting people. That is what Spider-Man is. Spider-Man belongs in New York. He shouldn't be in Europe. He shouldn't go to, you know, Australia. I don't want to see him swinging around the Opera House. He should stay in New York and swing through the buildings, because that is what it is. As he's swinging through there, you think everything's right in the world with Spider-Man swinging through New York, just running across buildings, being just a menace, as JJ would like to say. So now, to finish up quickly, first of all, you know, let's just say Spider-Man Far From Home is an elite film. It's not world class. It is an elite film, though. Absolutely elite. And I can't wait for No Way Home. Now, speaking of No Way Home, let's talk about that for a second. Obviously, it comes out in a few days. Can't wait to see it. But can this movie live up to the hype that it's created with these trailers and the thought of every Spider-Man that's ever been coming back, all these villains coming back? Is it going to be too much? You know, if they don't do that, if by some miracle they haven't got Tobey Maguire back, I think Andrew Garfield's pretty obvious that he's back in it, but if they haven't got Tobey Maguire back, how angry are people going to be? I think this could be like Star Wars Last Jedi level of controversy if they don't get all these Spider-Man back, which I don't want to be on the internet if that happens. I do not want to be on the internet talking about No Way Home if that happens. It's going to be a disaster if that happens. But can't wait for No Way Home. Let me know what you guys think of Far From Home. Let me know how excited you are for No Way Home. If you're like me, you must be absolutely buzzing. Cannot wait for this movie. I'll have a review for that up as soon as possible, hopefully by Thursday latest. I'm going to make sure it's up by Friday, 100%. But other than that, thank you for watching. Tune in for No Way Home in a few days, and I will see you later. Peace.